me feeling like I'm academics. Can't
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Come on, rushing through this.
Right.
As him and his entourage would leave the venue after performing, driving to a Circle K gas station just 11 minutes.
So these are about, and so if we're thinking about what murders or what other crimes might they try to charge Durk with? If they charge Durk with murder for hire, where Lil Pop got killed, but they were saying that Quando was the target, well, that's not the only time Quando got targeted. You know, right? So let's go over the other times that they tried to kill Quando Rondo. Here we go. I'm going to take a piss real quick and grab something to drink. Let's watch this.
April the 16th, 2021, Quando Rondo denied being shot at and told the world that he rides in a bulletproof truck. That same month, Quando's latest concert is announced on May the 1st, 2021 in Waycross, Georgia. After having his previous shows that were scheduled just weeks after Von's death cancelled, Quando was eager to show his fans, ops, and the world at large that he could travel the country and perform without incident. However, unfortunately for Quando, that simply wasn't true. On May the 1st, 2021, Quando Rondo plays the very show that he was booked to perform at in Waycross, Georgia. And here he's seen playing to an empty venue, complaining to the crowd that his shows are usually bigger than this, with Quando addressing the fans and still thanking them for coming out despite the low turnout.
I ain't gonna lie. Man, my show's really big, you feel me? People in this, but I know I got a lot of shit going on. You feel me? But I still appreciate everybody who came out. I'm gonna rock this bitch out like it's 10,000 people in here. Come on, shit.
When these images and clips surfaced, Chicago affiliates of Von and Durk, like Mimo600, would mock Quando, saying that he must have made a loss on that show. But as the night went on, that show's turnout would be the least of Quando's worries, as him and his entourage would leave the venue after performing, driving to a Circle K gas station just 11 minutes away in the next town of Blackshear. At around 3:20 AM after that show, Quando and his team would be in the parking lot of a gas station convenience store in Blackshear, Georgia. Soon after arriving, somebody begun to open fire from across the road, with one man allegedly being hit in the hand and ending up in the hospital. Quando Rondo would flee the scene before authorities arrived. According to one report, over 100 bullets were fired at Quando's entourage during this incident. However, members of the public would arrive to the crime scene, beginning to film and posting the footage on social media, with the woman filming telling viewers that she was on the scene of the Quando shooting and saying that people had heard the gunshots from all the way down the street. And she would even walk right up to bullet markers where the shell casings had apparently been fired from, all the way up the street.
Oh my God, it is Quando, y'all. It's got to be. They talking about it was the rapper that performed at the Vibe, at the club. They talking about it was Quando. They heard it was, somebody had a bounty on him. I'm like, damn, how the fuck you know? Look at all them bullets.
What?
Heard it was, somebody had a bounty on him. I'm like, oh, they talking about it was Quando. They heard it was, somebody had a bounty on him. I'm like, damn, how the fuck you?
Chat, by the way, I'm not being federal, chat, but you don't think the feds was looking at this too? That's what I'm saying. Durk's indictment gonna look crazy.
No, look at all them bullets. Yeah, they got down picking up bullets.
It was unclear who exactly was responsible for the shooting. Quando's ops from Savannah, the gang S8K or the Section 8 kids, would post seemingly referencing the incident, with a caption saying "Get Back Gang," which, if you didn't know, is actually another name for King Von's gang, along with audio from Lil Durk's song Hellcats and Trackhawks, that earlier song where Durk says that he's looking to catch somebody lacking at their show. Now, it's unclear whether S8K members were taking direct responsibility for the incident, or simply celebrating a hit sent from Lil Durk or Von's crew, Get Back Gang. However, a black disciple from Georgia seemingly claimed responsibility for this hit on social media, leading people to believe once again that this was a hit affiliated with Lil Durk, naturally due to his extensive affiliations with the Black Disciple street gang, of which King Von was indeed a prominent member. Lil Pab also tweeted after this incident, brushing off the shooting and telling his ops to enjoy life and not let one person stress them out so much, and going on to post a picture of himself alive and well the following day. Quando would seemingly address the threats against his life in a later interview, also brushing off the danger and saying that he doesn't care about death threats because he's always armed.
Death threat all you want to, man, bro. That's just some words, man. Be an action.
Right.
You feel me? I'm going home to my daughter.
I love when Quando say, "You feel me?"
Right.
And if I didn't, God called me.
Right.
But I'm going home to my daughter bit, bro. I'm not even the type of person to move without a firearm.
Rumours would later circulate that Lil Tim was also injured in this shooting. Now, whether or not that's true, it was clear that Lil Tim suffered a serious injury being shot numerous times during the altercation with King Von. A couple of months after that shooting at the gas station, in August 2021, Lil Tim would post a sobering picture to Instagram, revealing that due to his gunshot wounds, he's having to use a colostomy bag, but still giving thanks for the fact he's still alive. It's unclear whether or not this injury was from the Waycross shooting, the shootout with King Von, or even a previous shootout in Savannah. But regardless, it was clear that Quando and Lil Tim were continuing to pay the price for this beef with King Von. But that didn't stop Quando from continuing to push his career forward. On May the 7th, 2021, Quando releases his 6th mixtape, Still Taking Risks, his first full-length release since the killing of King Von. And this project would be laced with references to the incident, as well as the consequences. Quando would rap about having a $1 million bounty on his head and the opening track Blue Man. He would also mock King Von on tracks like Red Eye, saying that he's smoking a dead guy and catching homicides with Timmy. There's also a line on that track where he says that he's signed to NBA and rapping, "If he loves that girl, make sure he never sees her again." Seemingly a reference to King Von essentially dying as a result of his girlfriend Asian Doll, creating a love triangle between Von and Youngboy. With Quando going on to disrespect King Von's crew Get Back Gang, saying there ain't no get backs. Quando also says that he has shooters doing murders for only $1,500, and that he wants to kill all of his ops one by one until he gets to the top dog. Perhaps another reference to a desire to take out Lil Durk, as he depicted in his music video for the song Soul Reaper. And Quando even ends this song by mocking Lil Durk for linking up with Youngboy's enemies like Fredo Bang, as well as saying that Lil Tim got out of jail and got straight back to shooting. Even mocking Von, saying that Timmy busted Von's head because he got caught without his gun. There's also the song Drop Some, where Quando reiterates that he didn't even realise that it was a beef with Von the night he got shot, and saying that he has bullets for a wrestler, another reference to Von trying to fight the night he got killed. Quando also raps saying that his young'un is quick to make a rapper bleed. Elsewhere on the track Devil on My Shoulder, he shouts out Timmy, saying he will shoot for him. But perhaps most notably was the track Purple Baby, the song where Quando extensively disses his dead enemies from Savannah, repeating a chorus that had lyrics saying that he's smoking purple babies, a reference to the gang's 1100 block and VBS, the Villa Boy Soldiers, who rep purple, and specifically the deceased members Heem and Huncho Reese, who lost their lives amid a deadly beef with the Rollin' 60s crew, OTM or Only the Mob, aka Jump Out Gang, this crew that Quando and Tim have been representing all of those years. Quando also references the beef with Lil Durk in the hook of this song, saying that this song is for the ones who put money on his head and that they're going to murk them. A suggestion that Quando and his people are trying to take out the people who are putting money on their heads before they get a chance to kill them. That would be followed up with a lyric saying that they're smoking on their new dead homie, which of course is a reference to Von. The track also had lines about Jump Out Gang jumping out and shooting, as well as a lyric attempting to discredit the street reputation of Chicago gangs, with Quando rapping that his ops think that they're the only killers in America, again referencing the fight with Von, saying that he's not wrestling, just shooting, and even referencing Lil Reese's earlier Twitter beef with him, saying his ops wanted smoke until he killed their friend, ultimately ending the song saying all he smokes is dead ops and free Lil Tim. Elsewhere on the song OK, Quando says that the night Von died made him sick, and reflecting on the trauma of seeing his friend Timmy split open after being shot. On the track Still Doing Wrong, he says that they had no choice but to kill Von, but to this day, he still doesn't know what he did to upset him. And then finally, on the track Stand On It, Quando would taunt Lil Durk and the Chicago rappers, who keep saying that they're going to kill him, saying that they better stand on that statement, mocking his rivals and questioning why they think they're the only shooters out here, introducing his team of shooters as Jump Out Gang and saying that they're the ones who put people on the news. Still Taking Risks was a bold project from Quando Rondo that made a big statement. And in spite of the shooting after his concert in Waycross, Quando was still planning on disrespecting his enemies. And Quando wasn't the only one who wasn't scared of the Chicago hitters hell-bent on taking them out, because Lil Tim would also share the same sentiment. Quando went live on the 8th of May 2021 with Lil Tim expressing frustration at their ops and saying that they're smoking Purple Baby and other ops, and saying that people are trying to blackball them from the music industry.
I can't sleep at night. Man, these nightmares, they eat me up. You know, real purple babies for real, man. I'm about to start smoking motherfucking black babies around this bitch, cuz.
You know, I got that's at the house with me, baby. I got purple, baby. I with no bags on me.
Man, I'm pissed off, AJ. You gotta get up. No, boy, they cannot get that little, that big straight up, ain't it, bit, bro? I'm telling you, boy, they let me get that big bag. These folks really don't want to in the industry. So now I'm about to come boom rushing through this.
Gotta kick the door in.
Come on, man. But they act like they don't like me. Yeah, 4th of July this.
Quando even says that him and Lil Tim are going to drop a mixtape together.
Should have put me on that.
That me and Lil Tim about to drop a tape and we ain't about to do no capping at all. It's up. It's up. It's up.
And it would appear that in the midst of all of the hype surrounding Lil Tim, as he quickly went from unknown street figure to demon slayer who had killed Chicago's most dangerous rapper, he would spot an opportunity to capitalize on it. So Lil Tim would seemingly hit the recording studio too, in an effort to garner more money and fame off of the back of this situation. In June, Lil Tim would be on live previewing his new song, Off the List.
I dropped them all. I dropped them all. Food for thought. Man, let me let y'all hear some, man. Since y'all got me turned up like that. They took the new off the list. Put that thing down, so bitch I don't miss.
Now, this wasn't Lil Tim's first go at rapping. He had dropped snippets of songs all the way back in September before this whole beef popped off. But now that Lil Tim was known the world over as the man who had killed Chicago's most famous, self-proclaimed demon, he might just have a shot at getting famous off the back of this killing, just like King Von got famous, rapping about all the people that he had supposedly killed. As the days went on, Lil Tim got more and more active on social media, seemingly building up the hype for his new rapper slayer rap persona. On June the 9th, 2021, Lil Tim goes live saying that he keeps a black hoodie and denying being in hiding, saying, look what happened to Von.
You know I keep me a black hoodie. Hiding in the woods. What? Why I seen that tweet, boy? Me hiding in the woods. What? Bitch, I'm in the trenches. What happened to buddy? Double down on y'all ass, man. Yeah, bitch ass.
Interestingly, after shooting King Von, Lil Tim didn't tweet for around 8 months, with his final tweet posted literally less than an hour before that shootout. But then, on July the 7th, 2021, Lil Tim would return with a brand new Twitter account, claiming that this new account was set to be foul and disrespectful, titling himself Lil Tim, the biggest op. Lil Tim would swiftly begin liking other posts on Twitter of people saying that they're smoking on Von, as well as reposting a tweet by Quando Rondo, seemingly referencing that moment where Quando helped a wounded Lil Tim into the hospital after the shootout with Von. A few days later, Lil Tim would post up on Twitter with his friend, saying that if you don't have a homicide, we can't be friends, even attracting him a like and a follow from hip-hop's biggest troll, 6ix9ine. Lil Tim proceeded to post clips on social media showing that he was outside in these streets, on the front lines, and not scared of any of his enemies.
Come on, man. Front line, oh. Too many ugly front line.
Eventually, on July the 21st, 2021, the full version of Lil Tim's new song, The List, would leak. And this was a wild track, seemingly dissing King Von and taking full responsibility for his murder, with Lil Tim rapping that he just checked a new N-word off the list, and that he's quick to gun you down, check the score, bitch I don't miss. Elsewhere on the track, Lil Tim dared his ops to spin on him, and a music video for the song would release in August, with Lil Tim rapping these lyrics whilst holding a shovel and smoking a blunt. A scenario that to me seems to indicate only one thing: he's smoking on Von and digging his grave. Elsewhere on the song, Lil Tim would rap that he's pulling out a shovel and grave digging all of his friends, as well as rapping that he will kill.
Skip a little bit into
You know, I fight with him, anybody else throw their hands up, they getting their ass. But then, like, for me, but Lil Tim.
Lil Tim.
Hey, don't say no, bro.
On God, I won't. Listen.
Alright.
When y'all go and slide on Lil Tim, right?
Hey, go ahead, gang. Then I say don't say no, man. I don't know about him. I'm really control. Hey, out of that, it's over with. I'm out of there. My brother just messed it up for everybody.
Eventually, after all of this talk of sliding for Von, the man that everybody was telling to slide, Lil Durk, would finally have enough. It would seem that Durk, unable to keep his beef in the streets, felt compelled to begin rapping about this situation in his music too. On October the 8th, 2021, Lil Durk would rap on the Who Wants Smoke remix with Nardo Wick, saying that people keep trolling him saying slide for Von, but he's already got back, people just don't know it. As well as rapping that people die pumping gas, a possible reference to the shooting of Quando at the gas station earlier that year. It seemed that Lil Durk was trying to quash the slide for Von trend by hinting to the world that he had in fact already slid. This song was followed a week later by Lil Durk's new song titled Pissed Me Off, a track where he raps that since he lost Von, he can't be happy until they even the score. and rapping, perhaps self-referentially, that if you're not a shooter, you should at least put up money for the guns, a stolen car, and the bail. Durk would rap a warning, saying that somebody mentioned his friend on Live, but they can't laugh now. Likely another reference to Quando mocking Von's death on IG Live, and suggesting that Quando isn't laughing after the shooting in Georgia. Durk would go on to mock people in different states for acting like they're from Chicago, a likely reference to how Quando and his goons all posted up with guns on camera following the cancellation of his first show after Von's death. Ultimately, this slide for Von meme was incredibly destructive. Whether or not it contributed to the violence, or simply just baited Lil Durk into incriminating himself and rapping lyrics that could tie him to crimes just to save face, what was clear is that the danger was real, and the supposed $1 million on Quando Rondo's head was far more than just a rap lyric. And from here, sadly, this deadly feud would continue to play out on both the streets and in rap songs, with these murderous, vengeance-themed anthems captivating rap fans all over the world and the Billboard charts. Lil Durk is one of the most successful rappers in the game right now, but that doesn't mean it has been an easy journey for him. Oh no, people. In fact, if you've been following my channel for quite some time, you'll know that Go and watch the Road to the Top that lost himself Von Quinn is a more appropriate title. But that wasn't the only major loss that Lil Durk endured during his glory years at the top of the rap game, because in June 2021, Lil Durk's own blood brother D-Thang would also end up losing his life in yet another senseless shooting outside of a nightclub. Now, this is Club O in Chicago, where Lil Durk's brother D-Thang allegedly lost his life, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't think I would try my chances at a party in Club O, frankly. It looks a bit scary. Apparently, multiple shots were fired from multiple weapons after an altercation where even a police officer was hit in the thigh, and the unfortunate ending being Lil Durk's 32-year-old brother being shot in the head and losing his life. In the aftermath of D-Thang's death, a lot of internet detectives over on Reddit's Chiracology took to their keyboards to give their opinion on the most recent life lost to Chicago's gang violence. RIP to him, someone with that much status should not be caught clubbing in Chicago unless it's when they're doing a show. No disrespect, but being at Club O is nasty as F. For Durk to be dropping the biggest album of his career and his brother is kicking it at a hood-ass strip club is wild. Harvey is the hood. That area is kinda industrial, but it's still the hood. Can't believe that he was there. I seen a bitch give birth at Club O on the dance floor. A very sad story, but perhaps even sadder than the many losses that Lil Durk has been forced to suffer during his career are the trolls that crawl out of the woodwork to mock Lil Durk when he's going through one of his darkest moments. Not long after King Von lost his life, in response to a post on Instagram where Lil Durk mourned the loss of his musical twin King Von, 6ix9ine jumped in with the offensive reply, referring also to Lil Durk's deceased cousin Nooski, saying, "Nooski, now Von, and you still rapping? Go pick up a gun." But if you thought that was bad, in the aftermath of Durk's own blood brother losing his life, 6ix9ine had this to say: "Time to smoke a new pack. It's like every week. I didn't even finish enjoying smoking Von yet. You're dying too fast." Even going as far as to comment on one of Akademiks' pages, quoting a Lil Durk lyric saying, "Tell the truth about your gang, man, you really dying." And he would even go as far as to repeat lyrics from King Von's collaboration track with Fabio Foreign, where King Von says, "If he should die, I'm boosting the murder rate because my brother's gone slide every day." With 6ix9ine frequently bringing up these lyrics where King Von claimed that if anybody killed him, his crew would relentlessly stalk his killers, questioning why Lil Durk has not avenged his friends.
King Von said, "When I die, my niggas is gonna slide every day." Cat, nigga. That shit is cat. Who slipped with King Von yet? That nigga resting fucking piss, nigga.
Yeesh. Basically, 6ix9ine started a trend of people on the internet questioning when, oh when, is Lil Durk gonna slide? And it's not just 6ix9ine, this trend went far beyond our favorite G.
If we're saying that Durk may have crashed out for this slide for Von thing, did 6ix9ine start the trend to get Von out of it? Not Von, I mean Durk out of here?
Cheese Gobbler, with sort of funny memes circulating anytime anything to do with slides is in the media, like this meme that was going around suggesting that Lil Durk was going to get himself an Android phone after Apple announced that there was going to be a new slide emoji on iPhones, because apparently he doesn't slide. But ladies and gentlemen, clearly these comments were getting to Lil Durk himself, who rapped on the remix of Nardo Wick's Who Wants Smoke. "They be on my page like slide for Von, I know they trolling me." But people, if you pay close attention to Lil Durk's next few lyrics, you might be led to believe that he has in fact been sliding all along. Because Lil Durk says, got it back in blood, you just don't know, that's how it's supposed to be. Durk is suggesting that he has already got Get Back, but it has been kept a nice tidy little secret. But people, with a little bit of Google research, we were able to dig a little bit deeper and get some background information on this supposed Get Back. But before we get to that, this isn't the only Lil Durk lyric where he seems to suggest that he is in fact on Get Backs, that he is sliding, and that he has delivered pain to his ops. On his recent track, Pissed Me Off, a track that is a tribute to his brother D-Thang and King Von, Durk says a number of things that could be construed as accepting the fact that he has either indeed gotten Get Back or that he's going to. He says right at the start of the song, you ain't get back for your mans, you in the club like he ain't dead. Now, you wouldn't say that if you hadn't got back for your mans, frankly. He says in the song, grab a gun. If you ain't with it, put up money for a gun. So he's saying you should get back, grab yourself a gun, and if you're not trying to shoot, at least put up the money for a gun. And then he goes further, put up money for a hot car, stolen car, and put up money for a bond, so to bail out the shooter once they've done the work. He says he's got killers that he loves and they don't rap. He says, if I die, just don't lie, man, you better slide. And if you can't get the main one, then you better get his guys. He says, phone 'em slides the next day, this cannot die down. But at least he ends the song with a little bit of plausible deniability to keep the feds off his back, saying in reference to the switches on the back of his Glocks, you know that's just for the Instagram, I keep my distance. But that wasn't the only seminar in self-incrimination from Lil Durk, oh no, because he went further in his recent song, Aha, a track responding to recent disses from NBA Youngboy's crew. Durk opens the track with the lyrics, don't respond to shit with Von. I'm like, fuck it, you're tripping, go get your gun. They drop in locations, I'm getting it done. Fuck tweeting, we sliding, and the feds will come. Durk is saying outright, they're sliding, they're sliding. He says they're sliding, he's admitting they're sliding, he wants you to know that they're sliding, and you know, that's how it is. Verse 1, he says, we've been sliding through their blocks and they don't know we have. He says he's been sliding and nobody knows. He says, buddy ass got shot, we ain't claim it, but I can show his ass. But he goes even further, he says, my brother D-Thang just got killed and I've been slow since, but we got back on they ass, I bet they know this. He's literally just saying outright, my brother got killed, but we got back. He says they got back, he says they slid. And on bro, I'm speaking facts, this ain't no diss. Keep the police out my business. For now, Lil Tim would remain behind the scenes and in the streets, rather than pursue slide for Von. I know.
Watch out, don't touch no. Watch my car, cuz.
Have pointed out that further social media posts that circulate see Lil Durk suggesting that Get Back has been gotten, like this post with a diamond encrusted D-Thang piece on top of a pile of cash and the caption, standing and stood on business for you broski, long live D. And just in case things weren't obvious enough, going back to Lil Durk's lyrics on the remix of Nardo Wick's Who Wants Smoke, where Durk said, got it back in blood, y'all just don't know, he seems to link his Get Back to that earlier shooting at a gas station with the lyric, better do what Nardo says, cause dudes will die for pumping gas. Were openly trying to have Quando Rondo killed. But despite their earlier sentiments, Quando and Tim weren't all about the negativity. In August 2022, in an effort to give back to his community, Lil Tim did a book bag drive in a Savannah church. Unfortunately, despite making small positive steps, the negativity of gang life in Savannah would prevail. A few days before a scheduled trip to Los Angeles, one of Quando's close friends, Fendi, is killed in a shooting on West 38th Street. After cops responded to reports of shots fired around 3 AM on the 800 block of West 38th Street, they would find 22-year-old Fendi, real name Phoenix Odom, dead at the scene.
Right now, a man dead and police are scrambling to figure out who killed him. Here's a look at the crime scene on the west side of Savannah, where you can see investigators gathering evidence for hours overnight. Now, that shooting happened early this morning on West 38th and Bullock Streets. As soon as we learn more about what led to that shooting, we will bring it to you.
Unsurprisingly, Quando's enemies would mock the death of his close friend, but despite the tragedy that took place in Savannah, Quando and his team would press on with their trip to Los Angeles, where initially they'd seemingly be having a good time, as Quando and Lil Pab would post clips to social media showing them in the back of a car, popping a bottle and enjoying the good life. However, unfortunately, it was here in Los Angeles when tragedy would strike again. On August the 19th, 2022, just before 5:30 PM, while sitting in their SUV, Quando Rondo and Lil Pab would be the targets of an assassination attempt, as 3 masked gunmen would approach Quando Rondo's car whilst parked at a gas station right near popular LA tourist destination, the Beverly Center, where these shooters would open fire. The police chief would later describe the shooters as having gotten out of a white car in dark clothing, shooting, and fleeing immediately after the shooting in what seemed to be a professional hit job.
They gassed up their vehicle, and as they were getting into their vehicle, a white car approached from the alley. 3 men got out of that car. They were in all dark clothing. They approached, fired numerous shots, and then left in that white car going eastbound in the alley north of Beverly. It does appear that we don't see any kind of argument or anything go on beforehand, so clearly these men came here with a mission in mind.
KCA. Aftermath of the incident, there would be a lot of conflicting narratives regarding who was responsible. Members of the LA-based gang Give Me a Sign with NBA Youngboy.
I never once called nobody, no on planet Earth for no protection. Because I don't fear no man. Why would I wait to get in some anybody that I ever called? I call on some like, how can I help? How can I do this? How can I do that? I never called no person on planet Earth for protection.
Big U would reply to this, claiming to have love for Quando, but also suggesting that he was planning to pull up on him and that he was in his town.
First of all, I never talked to Quando. You know, it ain't nothing but love with Quando. And I was only addressing something that Shadow Man had said to me. And my nephew reaching out to do something for the kids, definitely do that. Because I never talked to him. He just asked me if somebody reached out. I just feel like I know Cuz and I've been knowing him. And I never heard from him after we had a conversation maybe a year and a half ago. No, maybe 2 years ago. And then, so when he called me, I'm only on positive vibes. So, definitely support him. But, no, if it ain't positive, man, I'm not rocking with it. I'm just not rocking with nothing unless it's positive. 100. Period. So I'm not even taking negative calls, man. I'm not looking for no negative calls. I'm not taking negative calls. If I think it's gonna be negative, I'm not taking it. If it ain't positive, it ain't about doing something constructive and helping these kids, I'm out of it. But no, I never talked to nephew. You know what I mean? I never talked to him as he called me, cause I'm on all positive vibes. But I will talk to Quando.
And months later, Big U would appear on No Jumper in an interview where he seemingly apologized to Quando and indicated that there had been a miscommunication.
Somebody got to be a man at some point and say they was wrong. Like as far as Quando Rondo, I was wrong for saying it, but he was wrong for not reaching to his homeboy. And then on the same line that I reached out to you, you reached back out to me on it. You know what I'm saying? But I apologize to my homeboy. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where it starts and stops. Somebody got to apologize. They was wrong.
Give me 1 second.
And then, a couple of months later, in August 2021, Quando is in Los Angeles on a trip the year before the death of Lil Pap. And on this trip, he would appear in a sit-down interview with Big U himself, the ridiculously titled Checking In podcast on World Star Hip Hop, with Big U starting off the podcast welcoming Quando to LA.
Checking in with my young fella Quando.
Dad.
Yeah, man. What's up, young fella?
Coolin'.
Is you in California, huh?
You dig?
You see? You know what I'm saying?
The land.
Man, I'm glad to have you, man.
These two would seemingly patch over their past feud and exchange mutual apologies, with Big U elaborating, saying that his nephew said that he did Quando wrong and vouched for him.
As a man, my little homie called me, and he told me, Unc, you was wrong. But I'ma say I was wrong, too, because you said I was wrong.
This was an interesting interview where Quando would open up about a lot of things he was going through during this time. Quando feels that every song he puts out, people assume he's dissing certain people, but he says he has so many beefs going on that people actually get it wrong.
I be saying like a lot of stuff I say like in songs and stuff like, this ain't the only person I have a problem with. Like, I ain't talking to this person. Anything say, they gonna put it that way.
Quando would also explain that his enemies are actively trying to stop his money by making shows so dangerous that venues keep on cancelling.
They trying to stop my money. You feel me? Fans thinking I'm high when they don't know, like, I'm dying to do shows and stuff.
Big U would also explain the process of checking in with Quando, saying exactly what a rapper should expect if they check in with the Rollin' 60s in LA.
You might check in with me. I'm gonna tell you what clubs to go to and what clubs not to go to. They ain't dealing with the right people. If I go to Chicago, if any of my artists is going different places, I tell them call this dude. Because he treated me right, he gonna treat y'all right.
Quando would also claim that he could never stop being a Crip.
I'm real
Yo, Ak, you muted.
Oh shit, my bad, chat. Oh yeah, chat. I'm gonna play the rest of that Trap Lil Ross video, but like, I'm gonna keep it a beam with you. I'm finna fall asleep if I just sit here and just watch this shit with you. Like, I gotta speak. So if I'm not speaking and I'm just sitting here watching videos with you, I'm just gonna like pass out. So I'll play the rest of that video probably tomorrow. Here's the important thing though, right? Is that